on, what is in my past, what is in, oh, you know what? This just said it went to another video. So I'm going to kind of like, it'll end there, but I'm going to kind of start it out by saying, hello, welcome, pile number 3. You'll see at the end of the other video, I said some stuff, but we're just going to start from here. But yeah, so I pulled Egypt, right? Because, I'm dealing with some major stuff. My food issue is so much bigger than I had any idea it really was. When I was really sick and I was dying and I had to eat a certain way, I was, tooting my horn about, oh, you just do it because it's good for you and it saves your life. Yeah. Well, then once I healed myself and realized that, like, what was happening, then everything changed for me. And so I slowly, like, and learning how to eat again, it was just like such a head fuck for me. I mean, seriously. So I find it interesting that this is actually not just my past life thing that I need to work with Egypt, which is about scarcity and food, not having enough food and lack. Like, that's what I'm dealing with. But also, like, feeling like the energy of you guys. Like, I can't explain this right now, but like, I feel like I'm kind of going like through a wormhole because I've been working with spirit all day. You can see my reflection in that card. Do you see that on the left? That's cool. But there's just been so much crazy stuff going on. But when I looked down at Egypt, it didn't even look like a word. It looked like E, G, Y, P, and T, but not a word. It just looked like letters. Like, it was so surreal. So yeah, so I'm going down this rabbit hole right now with you guys. So this is going to be an intense one. If you chose pile number 3, all I can tell you is this is some intense shit because it's mine too, So this is like, we're getting it at the same time. And all I can tell you is it was, some of these readings were so profound. That's why I said, I'm like, maybe you just are drawn to one, maybe you're drawn to all of them, maybe you're just drawn to a few of them. But this one is really powerful, not just because I chose it. It's not like that. I'm just saying, like, we are like, I mean, all of these piles resonated with me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like every single one of them, like, all of these piles are all of us. You know what I mean? I just think that sometimes certain things will resonate with us more at one time than they will at another. So at the beginning of each reading, I've been, reading what the card says because, this is a blanket reading for many people. So, take from it what you need, leave behind what you don't, kind of thing. So this way you can kind of see like what resonates with you. So it's also on page 31. So if you're, resonating with the number 31 right now, or if you're not, look up angel number 31. It said, this card signals a significant past life in Egypt, which relates to your present situation in question. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often buried in a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Fortunately, you can access and heal the issue. Like gardening, you can eliminate vestiges of the past by pulling them out by their roots. If you're drawn to Egyptian culture or travel, you most likely had a positive experience in your lifetime there. You may wish to explore the belief systems of Egypt to tap into ancient memories. Much of Egyptian spirituality involved astronomy and astrology, so stargazing can also help you trigger insights and recollections. On the other hand, I'm in the other hand group. If the thought of traveling to Egypt is frightening to you, or you have negative feelings about its culture or spirituality, you may have deep-seated fears associated with your lifetime there. This is fairly common, as many traumas occurred in this land in ancient times. Working with a qualified past life therapist or regression audio can help you release and heal old toxic energies. Yes, so this is a biggie, you guys. This is a biggie. And now I understand this card. So the ant came in. I pulled a bunch of cards. You can see there's lots of cards. There's lots of cards. This reading is immense and crazy. I'm going to try and get through it as fast as I can. And also, make sure to look down in the comments section because under each group, I'm going to give you a list of stones and crystals that want to work with you, or they want you to look them up on Google or whatever. So, okay. So there's that. But a lot of animals wanted to come through for us. This is so profound. That's why I said, I'm like, I don't care if this is 100 different videos. These are messages that had to come out today. I feel like this is like the culmination of what winter has been for me, which is why it was important for me not to be on video and for you guys just to like really like, you are all healers, right? So it's like, you need to like not, you don't need to do anything, but it's important now for you to like really connect with yourself and these cards and not so much like me or my energy. Okay. So for me, and this may resonate with some of you, the ant came in, but we got the ant in reverse. I'm not going to read a lot of the descriptions on things. Spirit wanted me to look at them, you know, and just like some, you know, whatever. I'm trying to do it as naturally as possible. Plus, I've been working with Spirit all day and you're group number 3. And I'm like, holy crap, I am blown out, but this is amazing. So yeah, look at this ant. It's interesting because sometimes when you look at some of them in reverse or whatever, you know, it gives a completely different view. And if you look at the ant upright, he's like walking, he's all excited. He's like, oh, look at the leaf I have. I want to bring back to the group. Yay. Right. But it was in reverse. So it's interesting because in reverse, the ant still looks like it's walking, but you can look at this ant in a few different ways. You can look at it as it's walking downward, like south, like maybe there's a direction that you're not sure. You need a yes and no answer to. Right now I'm hearing that from Spirit. Some of you that are watching this, I'm hearing yes or no. It really depends, but it's all about south. So that's for you. And some of you, and for myself, it's the ant is dragging that leaf, right? He's like, he's like trying to drag the leaf up, and he's like, and he's strong, but he's just like, fuck, I'm tired. I'm really tired. And it's like almost as big as I am. And how am I supposed to drag that big thing all by myself? I can't do it. But they don't want you to think like that, right? Because how are ants, right? Like they're part of a tribe. They're part of a colony. They can't do it alone. So they're saying, call on your spirit guides to help you so they can help you. You know, be like, can you help me carry this? Because I can't carry this by myself. So they want you to ask for help. I love how that one flew out. Also, oh, not yet, they said. Another animal that came in, but this one was upright, was a salmon. Which, by the way, they also wanted me to point out that this was number 32, the ant. It's just the number 5, which is all about change, right? And changing our perspective. How they had us change the perspective of looking at the ant from one way to another way, right? So it's the same with the salmon. We did get the salmon upright, but the salmon's swimming upstream, man. He's swimming upstream. Salmons have to literally swim upstream. So they're, you know, it's like another thing where it's like, you're like, I'm fighting. So for some of us with the Egyptian past life, that's why so many came in. This makes so much sense. It always does. And this is the number 13, right? Or you can look at it as the number 4 and 9. And 4 is all about stability, right? So you're going upstream. You're trying to keep things stable. You're holding on to things. You're holding on, clutching on for dear life. Like this crystal's like your money, right? You're like clutching on for dear life, right? But you got your wishbone. And you got your feather. And you got your cool little adornments. You're cool. So just stay focused, right? Stay focused in that salmon energy. And again, look up any of these spirit animals that you want to, or any of the numbers that come through. This reading was way too big for me to do homework for everybody. Okay, so we're not there yet. Right? So now, okay, hold on. I need drink some water, they said. Wow, this is a big one. Drink some water. I'm going to ring a bell. Close your eyes. Take in some deep breaths. Breathe any way that feels good to you. Close your eyes. We're going to connect with the moon. We're going to connect with the moon energy. We're going to go to the moon cards right now. I think we only had one. That's right. So with the Egyptian energy, they're asking us, what do you need to release? This is a full moon. We're on the full moon today, March 9th, 2020. But again, these are timeless. So maybe you're on a waning moon when you watch this. You know, but the waning moon, does this one say what it is here? Hold on. It doesn't matter, they're saying. It's all about what do you need to release. Oh, yeah. What do you need to release? Also, they want us to, they don't care about that right now. It's more about the imagery, because they want you to look at the imagery of winter. Today, this morning, I was curious because oh man, it's been so hard for me to function, you guys. Just a little bit on my own. I'm just going to put a little bit of my own world out there. Oh my gosh, it's been so freaking cold. It's been like in the 20s in the morning, and it's just so hard. And it's been winter here since September, and I'm like, I can't take it. I'm like, I'm going to lose my fucking shit. I'm like, I need this, I need that. Like, I'm in this like, you know, but what do we need to release? What do we need to let go? So we're at the very ends of winter. I saw in the weather report today that it's supposed to snow on Saturday. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But at the same time, I was like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. I mean, I love snow. I mean, it's almost spring, so that would probably be enjoyable. So it's like, in this last bit of winter, in this last astrological, you know, Pisces is the end. We're going to be moving into Aries, into fire, into springtime, about the new beginnings. What do we need to release? What do we need to work on? What do we need to focus on? A big thing I'm hearing is we need to release self-doubt and fears so that we can reclaim our art. Our art is important. Our art is very important. They want you to reclaim your art. Look at that crocodile back there. You see, there's a lot going on here, you guys. They want you to just look at it for a second. I'm having a hard one with this because it's mine. You know what I mean? Because it's my shit. And so it's like really, really difficult for some reason. So I'm just going to like, I've already pulled some cards, but I'm going to let Spirit decide what the next ones are. Oh, look at the salmon was 49, right? So 4 was about stability. We had 4s in our other readings too. Look at the hummingbird coming in. Oh, because the hummingbird's like right behind winter, right? He's like right there. He's like, pull me in, pull me in. Look at that hummingbird. And the hummingbird's telling me that some of you, you've been like flitting and flitting. You know how, you know, they're like, it's like you almost don't even see a hummingbird because they're going so fast. And I'm hearing, you're still like all winter, you were still going and going and going. Some of you were just going and going and going and going and going. And they're like saying, like, when did you, hold on, I'm hearing this one. Okay, so they're having me pull some cards and then they're saying it's going to make sense in a minute. Okay. They did that last reading. That was so fun. Oh, wow. Look at that. Just look at the imagery of that for a second. Isn't that pretty? I'm really, really being called to the lynx, which is, by the way, 8 and 1 is 9. And the salmon was 49. Isn't that crazy? I love how that shit like works out like that. They want us to like really look at the lynx for a second. It says, some people believe that the Sphinx of ancient Egypt was not a lion, but a lynx. I fucking love it. See how they're like, it'll make sense. I think I did know that. This link, see, I'm terrified because anytime I see imagery of Egypt, I get freaked the fuck out. Like, I mean, growing up, I couldn't even look at an ankh, nothing. I just, the pyramids, I didn't even want to look at money, which so is interesting to me because look at Egypt, money scarcity. We were just talking about that. Oh my gosh, I love how that shit ties in. It says, this lynx does not say much. With an enigmatic smile, the great cat watches over the sands of forever. Wow, that's really powerful. Look at that Egypt. And look at that really old rock that wanted to come in here. You guys see that rock? And look at him. The lynx is almost like standing in front of the pyramids, like trying to like guard them. So some of you, I'm feeling like royalty because then this card wanted to come in. They're saying we'll get back to the hummingbird, but this one wanted to come in. Owl medicine. And this is one of those cards that I don't even think I've read this one before. So just to say, so that was the one thing about the lynx, but then they also want me to read, the lynx is all about secrets. Right? So some of you, we had secrets that were going on in one of my other readings too, about being like a spirit, like keeper of the secrets or whatever. But this one is different. I feel like you like some of you, like your past life stuff, your connection that you have to release and let go of, like obviously I've been talking about mine, but I feel like for some of you guys too, it's almost like you were the secret keeper of, like, maybe you were like the consigliere, you know what I mean, of like the pharaohs or something. Like you had a really, really high position, you know, which is the owl medicine, right? So I'm gonna go to that native spirit because I am feeling like that owl wants to be heard, like really, really wants to be heard. It's like really powerful. I don't even care if this runs into 10 videos. This is so amazing. Wisdom, illumination, intuition, clairvoyance, and deep insight abound. Go within. Profound majesty and grace is available to you simply by pulling your awareness inward. Ancient knowledge is emerging within you. You know the truth. Trust your perception. You are a truth seeker and a truth sharer. Nurture. Ooh, some huge bird just flew over. Oh God, I wish you guys could have seen that. Maybe it'll show in the reflection of the shadow when I look back. But anyway, that was fucking crazy because I like ducked. It was like the shadow was like so big. I love this shit. Okay. Nurture the feminine spirit within you. Your native spirit wants you to know. In some indigenous cultures, the men say that they're afraid of the owl because it represents the power of woman, and they're in awe of and even afraid of the power of women. Other native cultures call the owl the night eagle, for it has the majesty of the eagle but works silently in the darkness of night. In Western cultures, the owl sits on the shoulder of Athena and also of Merlin, revealing sacred truths. When this card chooses you, you are at the advent of a time of illumination and transformation. The journey is in a meditative state. Imagine that you have shapeshifted into an owl and you are soaring silently through the night. Your ability to see, even in the darkness, is remarkable. This corresponds with your ability to perceive the truth, even in the murky situations in life. See, look at that owl. It's fearless, man. It is looking like right at us, like do not look away. They're like, do not look away from me. And look at the sun behind them, the fire. And you know, Aries is right around the corner, Aries season, right? So we're starting spring with fire. Bring your magic to the forefront. Hummingbirds are really